want to know what the you motherfuckers gonna do come tomorrow, come November 1st. Yeah, you know, they say they gonna, cancel them stamps. I want to see if y'all gonna raid these stores like y'all say y'all gonna do. I'm definitely waiting on it because I'm gonna be sitting right in the cut on one aisle, waiting to see about 5, 6 people just stuffing a basket, and I'm gonna just follow up behind them. And when they get close, I'm just gonna run up out the store. Cause see, I'm just gonna stuff my pockets. See what I'm saying? I ain't trying to fill up a whole buggy and all. I'm just gonna stuff my pocket. Whatever can get in them pockets, I'm gonna wear a little jacket, so I can stuff a little bit in the jacket. And whatever I can get in that, I'm running up out the store with it. I ain't trying to go get no basket and all. Y'all that gonna get caught. I ain't trying to get caught, you know what I'm saying? So, I'm ready to see what y'all gonna do come tomorrow, man, November 1st. With these stamps not being reoccurring no more. Talking
We have one thing working in our favor when it comes to the EBT wars, and that is the fact that these people cannot get organized for the life of them. You see, the Black Lives Matter protests and stuff, they were effective because white people were organizing those protests. Meanwhile, these people, they cannot get their ish together, right? They view being on time and planning things ahead, they view that as white supremacy. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's really how some of these people think. They think that it's racist to expect black people to be at work on time, okay? If you invite these people to an event that starts at 8 o'clock, they're going to show up at 10:30. So all over the internet right now, these people are confusing each other. They're saying, hey, we're going to go loot on November 1st. And then the next person will say, no, we're going to start looting on November 3rd. And then the next person will say, oh, what? I thought we were looting November 5th. And then the next person says, no, we're waiting until November 9th. Right? So they're throwing out all of these different dates that they're going to start acting crazy. The date that I've heard the most is November 1st. But then when you look at what they're planning for November 1st, you got some people saying, hey, let's meet up at Walmart at 6:30. And other people are like, oh, hell nah. I got to drop my kids off today, baby daddy, at 6:30. I can't be at Walmart to loot at 6:30. We need to loot earlier or we need to loot later. So now they're arguing over when are we going to loot? What day are we going to do this? Because they cannot get organized and they're all fighting. And you got to think, we're dealing with people who are too lazy to get a job, too lazy to really do anything with their life. So some of these people are too lazy to loot. They're like, yeah, I know I said I was going to go loot, but I don't feel like going down there right now. Don't you see I got all this going on? So a lot of these people are like either too lazy to loot or they're trying to figure out, hey, when is this supposed to happen? Because everyone's throwing out different dates and times. Now, yesterday, we already saw people showing up at Walmart, walking out with carts filled with food. We saw people getting chased through the parking lot, and we saw people just walking out, security watching them walk out, doing nothing. So depending on where you live, you may get away with this, you might not get away with this. But the only thing we have working in our favor right now is the fact that these people cannot come together and really get organized and decide, hey, now's the time that we're going to do this. Now's the time that we're going to do that. Now, just because the majority of these people can't get organized does not mean that smaller groups of them can't get organized. Because we will see smaller groups come together. And right now, as we speak, they're trying to spark off big protests in big cities across America. In fact, in Philadelphia, right now, they're having a EBT protest. It hasn't gotten too big yet, but they're hoping that it gets crazier once night falls. Because you see, during the day, they'll have people saying, oh my God, we're hungry, we need our food. And then once the sun goes down, they're all going to start running into stores. But right now, as we speak, the protests are starting. In fact, I have a clip of one of these protests that I want to show you. Before I roll this clip, though, people often ask me, how can they support the channel? And the answer to that question is very simple. You can support the channel for quick, free, and easy by simply liking the video, dropping a comment, sharing the video on social media, subscribing if you haven't already, and if you are subscribed, make sure you put your notifications on. Now, if you want to take your support further, you could always donate via Cash App or Super Thanks, always humbly and greatly appreciated. But with that being said, let's roll this clip and then I'll be right back with more.
People. And no power to the pigs. That's right. Thank you all so much.
We got the power! People power! We got the power! People power! We got the power! People power! We got the
I'm going to put it just really simple and sweet. If you can protest, you can work. If you can take time to go out to a location to protest, you can take time to go to a location to fill out job applications or to go to work. If you could go stand out there in the streets yelling and screaming, then you could go stand somewhere and, be a cashier. Hell, you could be one of the receipt checkers at Walmart. The people that y'all hate the most, the old ladies that y'all are threatening to kill, you could go take their jobs. If you can protest, if you can riot, if you can loot, if you could steal, then you are able-bodied enough to be at work. And I am sick and tired of hearing about disabled this, disabled that. Look, there are disabled people that can't work. I get it. My heart goes out to them, and I hope they get the help that they need. But there's a lot of people throwing around the word disability that are not too disabled to work. I go to the grocery store all the time, and there are mentally handicapped people working at the grocery store, helping me with my bags and what have you. You got people with Down syndrome, like all types of different autism, all types of different stuff. You got paralyzed people rolling around in wheelchairs and stuff that could barely move a limb that have jobs out here. Okay? So I don't want any excuses from people who could take their ass out in the streets and protest saying they can't work. Now, if you saw that clip, I hope you noticed what I noticed. You noticed who was on the microphone, right? And did you notice who was out there passing out the pamphlets and flyers? White people. Because what's going to happen here is you got the black people, you got the anger, you got the violence brewing, you got these people ready to act crazy. But they cannot get organized themselves. White liberals, okay, they see what's happening just like we see what's happening. But their reaction to what's happening is much different. These white liberals, they see an opportunity, just like they did with Black Lives Matter, to use angry black people to their advantage once again. So white liberals are going to start stepping in. They're going to try to start organizing these violent, angry mobs of black people and others. They're going to start organizing these protests and these riots because they haven't been able to organize this stuff themselves. So right now, that's what we're witnessing. We're witnessing the white liberals start to step in and try to get things organized so whatever they plan on doing can be more effective. Okay? That's what's happening right now as we speak. So I hope you guys are keeping your eye on it because this is kind of out of the same playbook that we saw with Black Lives Matter. Okay? Oh, a bunch of black people are mad about the cops killing this guy. White liberals step in. They throw fire or fuel onto the flames and they make the situation really worse. And then they organize people to go out here and cause chaos. So they're attempting to do that this weekend. Unfortunately for them, it is Halloween weekend and a lot of people are doing other things. But we'll see. We'll see if they can really get these crowds together. They're trying. But for now, I want to hear from you, though, down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell, and I'll talk to you all very soon in the next one.